Morning folks, how we doing? Hope you're good. Wednesday morning, pushing through hard through the week, I hope, so far, with your new winning mentality. So this morning, we're going to be talking about ego bashing. And basically what brought this on was us being in the gym yesterday. I was with one of my clients, Lee, and we watched this kid walk in. And he walked literally straight into the gym. Walked straight up to the, it was like a Smith machine. Set his chair up so it was an incline chest press. Stick 20 on either side and fucking crack straight in. And he went straight into these bench presses, like with no warm up, no mobility, no building up to that weight. Literally came in and cracked it out. And he did 6 reps. And it looked like he was taking a permanent shit. Because he was struggling so hard and straining so hard, and it was clearly fucking out of his depth. You know, he's probably out of his depth if he spent fucking 15 minutes, 20 minutes warming up, doing mobility, building up with lighter weights, so that the functional movement becomes a lot easier. But when you fucking walk straight in and stick 20 on either side and you're struggling, then on your second rep, add an extra 20 kilograms, and then nearly fucking kill yourself. Your fucking ego's taking a bashing. And I looked at that and I couldn't stop thinking about it all day. And he was a young lad, so obviously, and he was, I think he was French. So fucking, that's the right combination. So basically, morning Greg. So basically, I was watching this kid, him, and as he put those 10s on, you want to say something, but you don't want to say something because, you know, interfering in somebody's, like, training, I don't think it's just the right thing not to say anything, really. I was busy with my own client as well at the time. So, you know, fucking, when he put that 20 on, it came down and he just couldn't push it up. So I was lucky he had a Smith machine. Otherwise, we would have been in there fucking taking that weight off him. And that was a classic case of letting your ego overwhelm you. Now, I can talk about this in like general life and gym life, but something I see an awful lot in the gym is this type of behaviour where we feel we have to be a man, basically being a fucking chimp, and we feel that we have to be more than we actually are, I think is the right way of saying it. Being something we're not actually, that we aren't. Being as strong as we think we should be, and actually not being that strong, you know, and thinking that we have to go grab the biggest fucking dumbbells or weights because we have to prove our fucking chimp mode to somebody or other people in the gym to keep up. Mate, I will fucking walk into a bench press and stick 10 on either side and fucking be happy with that. I don't give a fuck if somebody's lifting heavier. And that's what that you've got to have that mindset. So if you're working out in a gym and you're a gym doer, you can't let ego be fucking taking over you and putting on weights that you're not ready for. You can't be going into, just because you warm up, you start swinging your arms around and doing mobility, or your legs if you're doing a leg workout. You can't be worried about looking stupid because you've got to, morning shippers, get yourself in there. Especially light weights for the Navy, John. Yeah, just take that on note, yeah, ego bashing. Just ego bashing right now, John. It's all right for the Navy to have to only lift light weights, mate. Don't worry. But, like, if you go to the gym, right, don't get caught up in that ego world. Fucking warm up. 15 to 20 minutes. Spend the time doing that. Work up on light weights. If you're going to do a bench press, just lift the bar. So do a good 10-minute mobility set on your chest, moving, using lighter weights, military press, shoulder press, shrugs. Get all the area working before you walk in and you stick fucking 20 on either side and go, yeah, fucking smash, smash, smash. You're going to kill yourself, guys. I'm not saying all of you do it, just talking in general, you know. Get on the bar, lift the bar, get your weight on the bar. Get lightweight on there, stick 5s either side, then 10s. And, you know, depending on what your workout is, build up the weight. Same with your leg workouts. Like, honestly, egos are probably more causes of injury than anything than any other thing in a fucking gym, apart from checking out the chicks and falling off the treadmill. But it's going to cause you an injury because so many people are so egotistical, they won't back down to show vulnerability. Your chimp mode in your brain, you suddenly become a chimp and you don't want to look stupid because you realise you've put too much weight on. So you know what, I still think I fucking lift this anyway. But then you look like an even bigger cock because you're trying to lift weight you can't lift. In life, for us, I think ego has a big part to play when it comes to your development, because we think that we are better than we should be, than we actually, we think we're better than we actually are, and we feel that we should be able to keep up, and we feel that we should be able to manage our lives, that we should be able to like be in track and have structure, and we tend to kid ourselves and we don't show enough vulnerability. You know, the vulnerability that comes along, that you get, that you have in life, that's just real life. Like, don't fight that. If you're not as fit and strong, okay, don't lift that heavy. Okay, if you're not as organised, don't lie to others and say that you are. Okay, don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself about it. Okay, ego just kind of consumes you. Okay, you become somebody that you're not actually, that you actually aren't. Okay, and if you think about it in everyday life, within an office environment, you know, you're kind of looking at all these fucking guys that you probably work with. Everyone's trying to be the loudest. Everyone's trying to be alpha male. Everyone's trying to be the fucking chimp. You don't have to be like that. Like, you know, you don't have to be the monk fucking the chimp and follow suit and go down a pub every Friday night. Don't let that ego take you down there. You know, if you want to go home, or go home. If you want to eat well and train well, then eat and train well. Don't listen to what other people are saying to you. Okay, it just ends up, ego just ends up saying that you can do everything, when clearly we can't, and we become overwhelmed. You think about that scenario, always think back to that scenario of that kid in the gym trying to take on more than he can achieve. Fucking sticking 20s either side without even a warm-up. It's like trying to take on a brand new lifestyle or journey, and you're not fully prepared. And you're just thinking that you can do it all. You're thinking that you can just jump on this train and this ride, and it's going to fucking get you to where you want to be. And it doesn't, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. So next time that you are doing something, next time you, I'm going to give you another example. So when I take classes, if somebody's struggling with an injury, or someone's struggling full stop, okay, to complete an exercise, and I say, don't lift that weight, or don't do the squat jumps, or don't do a plyometric exercise, and the guys turn around and go, it's fine, I'm just going to keep doing it. Like, what the fuck? I feel that there's some sort of pride dent when it comes to ego. We're denting our pride because we're not lifting what other people are lifting. And then a strong girl might come along lifting a heavier weight. Oh, I can't have that. I can't have that. I've got to jump on that weight. Further injuring yourself, or if you're not quite feeling it in the workout, the guy might be like even suffering even more. So it was denting that pride. And think about things that you do in your life today as you're listening to this. You know, what type of things are happening because of your ego? You know, what type of things are happening because of your ego? I've had a couple of things recently, and my ego could have easily taken over, but I just thought about the bigger picture and actually just backed off, because, you know, I think ego can put you down a rabbit hole that you'll never fucking get out of, and it will end up causing you a lot of stress and frustration and aggro. And we are looking for a much better way of life rather than a stressful one. So just be very aware your ego is trying to, I think, self-sabotage you. And I want you to always think about the kid with the bench press, with the 20s, the guys who are at training, who are still continuously lifting the heavy weight even though they're not feeling it, and they need to back off. If you need to back off, then fucking back off. If you're carrying too much weight for your own good, you know, back off. Take it down a notch, one step at a time. And this is the thing, when I say to people, your journey has to be step by step, has to go nice and steady, nice and slow, but yet no one listens, and they go fucking all in and they burn out. Ego. Do you know what I mean? When I say to people about a morning routine, get your golden hour in, start with just getting up 15 minutes earlier, then half an hour, then 45 to 60 minutes, slowly integrate it all, and they go fucking all in and burn out. Ego. When somebody thinks they know better and doesn't listen to me, all the advice that I give, like a lot of my clients, ego. Fucking people think they know better. I don't think I know better. What I say is not right or wrong. What I talk about and hear is simply my views. I could listen to somebody else and they could blow me away, and I'd think, I was wrong. So I think sometimes admitting that you're wrong as well is a big thing. Saying, always thinking about things with an open mind. And actually sometimes going, I got that wrong. Or I could have done things better. And I think part of the ego thing is not reacting so quickly. I think we react too quick when it comes to certain situations. And what tends to come out first of all on your impulse is your ego and your chimp. And we tend to dive straight into things without really thinking about them, or we say things without thinking about them. And I tend to think that's ego. So listen, the idea of today's live feed and if you're listening on podcast is really just to make you more aware of your ego. And for me, a good analogy is always to come back to that kid that was fucking benching too much, more than he could chew, basically. More than he could cut, and he fucking struggled, and he's lucky he didn't have those weights fucking flat in his face. And if that's you, if you're carrying more than you can chew right now, then take a step back, because it's only going to fucking overload you, it's going to stress you out, it's going to frustrate you. So get your shit together, stop thinking with your ego, start thinking with a little bit of vulnerability and common sense. Because I feel that a lot of guys admit it to me as well when we talk to them, are thinking with their ego and thinking they can fucking do this all in one. Okay, and they can get through this journey easily. They think it's fucking a switch on a tap and they can fucking do it. A lot of the advice that I give you is based on a lot of the experiences that I've had working with guys, and I fucking see it all the time. Guys running away because they can't do it. It's fight or flight. Guys thinking that they know better. Guys thinking that they can lift 60 kilograms when they haven't even warmed up. Just take a step back, breathe, and fucking... Morning, Lee. How's it going, bro? Live the dream. We are living the dream. I'm in a park with the only street lamp here. Okay, it's the only place I can go really where you'll see me. But I hope that helps. It's just self-awareness. That's all it is. It's just having a little bit of self-awareness and just raising a subject. Hopefully get you thinking for the day or two. And hopefully ego will get you out of trouble one day. So that's pretty cool. So look, Wednesday, we've got 2 more to do up to the weekend. A couple of things that I'm thinking about, if you've got this far in the live feed, is that I'm thinking of putting on a seminar. I'd love to put on a seminar in London in November. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to do seminars around the country and stuff, but I definitely don't think I'm Ant Middleton yet. I might do one in Scotland and one in Birmingham or something next year. I definitely would like to do something where we get loads of people together in a hall or something, and we just talk about all this stuff and we get it all out. And I think it would be pretty good, a really good meet for sure. Bolshore. And I've got another talk in October the 19th. If you're down in Somerset Way, it's really aimed at helping people with anxiety and suffering with mental illness, mental health illness, struggling with those areas. So I've been invited down to do another big talk down there, which would be good. So lots coming up. Got exciting news about the book soon. It's just been sort of lagging right now, but really excited about the book. Hopefully going to be getting the audio version of the book out real soon. The Brotherhood's obviously growing. If you want to join us, there's a 7-day trial. Just drop me an inbox. I would say that it's not just something you can rock up to. You know, if you're going to come in, you've got to commit for those 7 days on that trial. I'm looking just for guys that really do want to do something. Not looking just to fucking put numbers in there. We're looking to make this, you know, almost selective, you know. So I'm looking for those guys that really want it. This is not just a fucking, oh, I decide I'm going to walk in and not commit to it. We're looking for those guys, you know. My job is to help you get to where you want to be. You know, it's almost a type of online personal training. You know, I spend so much time in there making sure that everybody's all right and looking after the guys. They've all got access to my number, so if they need me, they can fucking text me. Talk to a lot of the guys in there as well. You know, and that's how people develop, isn't it? By actually giving them your fucking time and actually giving a shit, instead of trying to sell you Herbalife or Juice Plus. But no, I hope you're having a great week. Just some things to really, just random thoughts for you. Tomorrow, I think what we're going to talk about is fight or flight. And just kind of look at situations that we put ourselves in, and then whether we're going to fight for it or whether we're going to run away. You know, I think this is a big one when it comes to fitness journeys. People taking on journeys, getting scared, getting overwhelmed and fucking running. And that's where the zigzag fucking motion comes in, the up and down, yo-yoing. So tomorrow we're going to look at how you can fight that. Okay, tactics to fight that rather than flight and taking off and sort of giving up. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to do? What's the alternative? Doing nothing and feeling even worse? I don't think so. If you get 5 seconds, if you're on the podcast, scroll right to the very bottom of all of the episodes. There's a review system there. If you can stick a review in there, I really want to push this podcast up the charts. It's all free. It's just a little personal thing. If we can get it up to the top 10, it'd be amazing, because I think I'm getting a lot of good feedback about the podcast. So I just wish, hopefully you can get those reviews in, because it then takes it up the chart, more listens already. But thank you. I really appreciate all your time and listening in. I do enjoy these morning live feeds. It's fucking part of my morning life now, if you like. I don't think I could ever miss it. I almost thought about not getting up this morning and going, I'll do one later. Genuinely, honestly, I had to fight that chimp. Have a good day, and I'll catch you real soon.